The New York Jets travel to Buffalo to face their AFC East division rival Bills on Sunday. This will mercifully put an end to the 2012 season for both teams. It has been ugly for both of these teams. Buffalo is currently installed as a 3.5-point favorite in this game on BETDAQ. 39 is the total. Now, the fact that the Bills, who have lost 3 in a row, 4 out of the last 5, 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games, the fact that this team is favored by 3.5 over anybody right now pretty much tells you all you need to know about the New York Jets. But you knew that anyway about the Jets. I mean, the Jets probably the most covered losing team in NFL history. It has just unraveled and gotten ugly in New York the last couple of weeks with the quarterback situation and everything else. I mean, we're getting news today that maybe Rex Ryan wants to be fired if Woody Johnson won't fire Tony Sparano, the offensive coordinator, or Mike Tannenbaum, general manager, possibly both. Who knows what to believe, what's coming out of New York. I mean, we recorded a preview video for this game a couple of days ago when we thought Greg McElroy was going to be starting at quarterback for the Jets this week. But no, we learned, believe it was yesterday, the days sort of run together, learned that McElroy sustained a concussion in the last game. The Jets going back to Mark Sanchez. Now, it's no surprise at this point that they're going to Sanchez instead of Tebow. Ryan's in a total no-win situation right now with Tebow. If Tebow were to go out and play well this week or the Jets were to win, Ryan would take a lot of heat not for playing him earlier. And I don't think he wants any part of that, especially when he knows the Jets are washing their hands of the whole Tebow situation come the end of the year, or maybe vice versa, Tebow washing his hands of the Jets situation, depending on which way you look at that. Now, what difference will Mark Sanchez make over Greg McElroy? I do believe there's some difference there. I liked the Bills in this game. As a matter of fact, this was going to be one of my games this week, assuming Greg McElroy was going to start for the Jets. The Jets, they've just been so bad on offense lately. And last week, McElroy, I mean, it showed that he was not quite ready for the NFL. And I mean, do you blame him? This guy was a 7th-round pick. He had thrown 7 career passes before last week. Looked like a deer in the headlights. Took 11 sacks. Turned the ball over twice. The Jets lost by double digits at home to a team in the San Diego Chargers that many people thought had given up for the season themselves. So, you know, it's been ugly for the Jets. I liked Buffalo at home in this scenario with McElroy starting. I'll admit that Sanchez starting, even though, hey, Sanchez is no good. He's been among the worst starting quarterbacks in the league this year. I do think he gives them a little more than McElroy would give them in this spot. This would have been McElroy's first road start in his career. And Buffalo, I don't know if they've stopped playing hard. Certainly they've stopped playing well. Chan Gailey there is probably as good as fired. Head coach Chan Gailey will probably not see a 4th year in Buffalo. Quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick will probably not be with the Bills next year. But something tells me that the last game of the season at home, Buffalo is going to be able to put it together to beat the New York Jets, the dysfunctional New York Jets. Now, like I said, I felt a little bit better about that when McElroy was starting for the Jets. Still, under Sanchez for most of the year, except for the last game, the Jets 30th in the NFL in total offense, 28th in points scored. The one thing that would concern me here if I was a Buffalo bettor, any success the Jets have had this season, and they did have success against the Bills in week 1, beat the Bills by 20 in week 1. But any success the Jets have had has come against teams that struggle to stop the run. And no team in the NFL is worse at stopping the run than the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo is dead last in rush defense, so the Jets might get to do what they want to do in this game. Run Sean Green 20-25 times, give Bilal Powell another 10 to 15 carries, and only throw the ball 18 to 20 times. If the Jets are able to push around the Buffalo Bills and run it right down their throat, then maybe they could get a win here. But listen, even though I don't feel as good about it as I did with McElroy starting, I still lean towards Buffalo in this game. I think they're the better team at this point. I think they'll probably cover the 3.5.